Good morning. My name is Angela Cabellin, Chief of Staff to Howard County Executive Calvin Ball. Thank you to those who are joining online for this important press conference regarding Howard County's response to the federal shutdown. We have many speakers today who I will introduce before they speak right here behind me, but I'd also like to acknowledge Jessica Clayton, representing Senator Van Hollen's office, as well as Jordan Hines and staff from Senator Alsobrook's office. Okay, and without further ado, let's hear from Howard County Executive Dr. Calvin Ball.
Thank you, Angela, and thank you all for being here. Good morning. Appreciate you joining us today. Just a few short weeks after I took office as your Howard County Executive in December of 2018, our county faced the longest federal government shutdown in American history. During that time, we witnessed chaos, confusion, fear, and uncertainty. Federal workers and contractors stood in line at food banks. Essential workers unable to afford childcare or even gas to get to work were forced to call in sick. Across our nation, Americans lost access to critical services and the sense of stability and confidence in their government upon which many depend. Now, nearly 7 years later, we find ourselves confronting a similar challenge, one that frankly could have been avoided. Another federal government shutdown, and once again, millions of Americans are facing the unnecessary uncertainty and the stress of living without a paycheck. In Howard County, the impact hits especially close to home. With our proximity to Washington, D.C., Fort Meade Social Security Administration, as well as other major federal employers, we are home to thousands of federal workers and contractors. Approximately 11% of employed Howard County residents and their families are directly impacted by this shutdown. And a prolonged shutdown will produce negative impacts to our county, state, and national economy. A shutdown does not just negatively affect our county at large, it affects our community, our neighborhoods, and our neighbors. It affects the families who we see each and every day. To help our neighbors during this challenging time, we're going to do what we do best: lead with love. For residents affected by the furlough, Howard County government will not be cutting off water services. And if you are affected, please contact our Water and Sewer Billing Division in our Department of Finance at 410-313-2058. Our Department of Recreation and Parks will also arrange alternative payment schedules for recreational classes and facilities and fees. To make these arrangements, please call 410-313-7275. With nearly 30,000 Howard County households living under the asset-limited, income-constrained employee or ALICE threshold, we know too many of our neighbors already live on the edge of financial hardship. That's why earlier this year we expanded our foreclosure prevention program to support more federal workers who were terminated by the new federal administration. This program aids households between 2 and 6 months behind on their mortgage payments. And since we have first created this program last year, we've already helped 30 of our families remain in their homes and avoid foreclosure, which impacts not just families, but entire neighborhoods. For residents in need of additional health and human services, please contact our Department of Community Resources and Services at 410-313-6400 or Maryland Access Point at 410-313-1234. A complete list of resources including food assistance, housing support, and utility relief is available at our website, howardcountymd.gov/government-shutdown-resources. Our health department is also continuing to offer free and low-cost flu shots, which can be scheduled through their website at howardcountymd.gov/health/seasonal-flu. And our Howard Community College, our only higher education institution in the county, continues to step up for its students. More than 73% of HCC's credit students attend part-time due to work or family obligations, and over 40% receive financial aid. HCC will continue administering financial aid on schedule to ensure students are not disrupted by the shutdown. I want to thank Dr. Willis and her entire team for their steadfast leadership and their compassion in meeting our students where they are. I'm reminded during these challenging times of a quote by Mr. Rogers. All of us at some point or another need help. Whether we're giving or receiving help, each one of us has something valuable to bring to this world. That's one of the things that connects us as neighbors in our own way. Each one of us is a giver and a receiver. I'm deeply grateful to the members of my cabinet and our community partners, many of whom you'll hear from today, who are the givers, providing additional support for residents struggling with electricity bills, food access, workforce opportunities, and more. I also want to thank our congressional delegation, and you'll hear from Congressperson Elfreth, as well as Senator Van Hollen, Senator Alsobrooks, for fighting for representing Howard County, and our federal workers and contractors with exemplary service and communication since the shutdown started. I thank them and their amazing staff who have been working so hard for continuing to serve and advocate for us during this shutdown by offering routine updates and trying to resolve the standoff as soon as possible. And please know that I've been in close contact with all three of our federal representatives throughout this process. Please remember, our community is resilient. Our commitment to one another remains stronger than ever. And during this tumultuous time, we will continue to give, and we will continue to lead with love. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive Ball. As you heard from the County Executive, we are so grateful to have strong partnership with our federal delegation. And here, on behalf of our federal delegation, we have our member of Congress, Congressperson Sarah Elfreth.
Thank you, Angela, and thank you, everybody, for being here. Dr. Ball, thank you for inviting me. While I love every day that I'm in Howard County, I got to tell you, today is not one of those days. I wish I were actually back in Washington negotiating a bipartisan budget deal. I wish I were back in the House of Representatives working with my colleagues from across the aisle to fix our broken healthcare system. Unfortunately, the Speaker has canceled votes not just last week, but also this week. And so while I will be back in Washington this week, my colleagues from across the aisle will not. And so it's unfortunate that we cannot reach this budget deal as of yet. I want to just note, as a note of thanks, the county executive thanked our U.S. senators. They wish they could be here today. They are actually voting in the Senate today, trying to reach that bipartisan budget deal that does not put 20 million Americans at risk of losing their health insurance. So I just want to thank everybody behind me for stepping up in this moment, in this crisis for our constituents. I'm deeply grateful. And even before the shutdown occurred, Senator Angela Alsobrooks and I introduced a piece of legislation to support our federal workers in this shutdown or in any shutdown. The county executive mentioned furloughed federal employees. Well, learning from past shutdowns, those furloughed federal employees are eligible for the unemployment insurance that they've spent their careers paying into. So if they are not drawing a paycheck right now, they can avail themselves of that unemployment insurance. But for the essential workers, and we have many in this district, 44,000 federal employees in this district, and 2 to 3 times that in contractors, and many are deemed essential. As Dr. Ball mentioned, we have Fort Meade, just on the outskirts of this district. We have the Applied Physics Lab, we have the Naval Academy. And so we have many federal employees who are deemed essential, and unfortunately they are left out of that ability to draw from their unemployment insurance in this moment. And why is that important? Because more than half of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now. And so going without a single paycheck will have, as it's been mentioned, impacts on our community. And we are disproportionately and acutely impacted by this shutdown, just as we've been disproportionately and acutely impacted by, unfortunately, this president's disrespect of federal employees over the last 10 months. I don't think that's shocking for me to say that. We've witnessed the Doge effect. We've witnessed so many in our community lose their jobs arbitrarily because the president doesn't understand or appreciate the value federal workers bring, not just to this community, but to this nation. And so I just want to pause and say thank you to the federal employees watching at home. Thank you for your service, not, again, on behalf of this community, but we recognize here that you are providing essential services for Americans across this country. You might be our neighbors, but you're the ones who are answering the phone, as Dr. Ball said, at Social Security. You are the ones delivering for veterans. You are the ones inspecting our food and making sure our air traffic is safe. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I know our U.S. senators, if they could be here today, would agree with me, that you are valued, first and foremost. I do want to just make a note, the president and the OMB director's threats to fire, again, arbitrarily more federal employees because of this shutdown. And I've been in enough budget negotiations in my career, and I think Dr. Ball would agree with me, the first person to threaten normally has the shorter hand in the negotiation. And so please know that that is utterly unacceptable for the president to continue to disrespect federal employees, again, our neighbors, our constituents right here in Howard County. Again, though, I will work with anybody who will work with me, and I know the senators would agree with that, to find and reach a bipartisan budget deal that does not put at risk 20 million Americans. Here in Maryland, if we do not address the healthcare crisis head on that we are looming towards on January 1st, 190,000 Marylanders will see their health insurance premiums go up by an average of 13%. And I was speaking with some folks earlier, it's not as if they're suddenly going to find a COLA in January of 13%. And so if Congress does not do its job and address this healthcare crisis head on, our constituents will suffer. Again, not just here in Maryland, 20 million Americans are at risk. And so my message today is thank you to our federal employees. It's please know that we are working on your behalf. And it's also to let you know that the wonderful people behind you are working for you each and every day. My office is opened. The senators' offices are opened. We are all essential employees in this moment. Please reach out to us during the shutdown or any other day if we can be of assistance. We've compiled a resource guide and FAQs on the shutdown on our website, elfrith.house.gov. The senators also have similar websites that can answer many questions that you may have, you need answered. You have local resources as are being announced today. You have state resources as well as the federal resources that are on our website. Please don't hesitate to reach out. We are here for you, and there's no such thing as a local, a state, or a federal problem. Please reach out to our office if we can be of assistance. That's why we're here. And again, I just want to close where I started, which is a deep and sincere thank you to the federal employees who have stepped up day after day, year after year on behalf of the American people. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressperson Sarah Elfrith, for underscoring not only what's at stake, but for the gratitude extended to our federal workers. As part of the federal response, we know that schools and families are really, really critical in this response, and so we will hear from our superintendent, Bill Barnes, of Howard County Public Schools. Bill Barnes.
So thank you, County Executive Ball, for hosting this valuable opportunity to inform and support the residents of Howard County. I want to join Congressperson Elfrith in saying thank you to our federal workers, and especially those whose children enter our classrooms each and every day. The hardships that many Howard County families may be experiencing during the shutdown further challenge a student's ability to be available for learning during the school day. In addition to the many supports available across the county, our school system staff remain committed to supporting all students and families during this time. Howard County families who have lost pay due to the shutdown may apply to the free and reduced priced meals program, and their eligibility status will be determined within 48 hours. Families that would not ordinarily qualify for this program could be eligible for the remainder of the school year because of the current loss of income. Additionally, families that are adversely impacted, including those who do not qualify for the free and reduced priced meals program, will have the remainder of the school year to pay off any meal balances incurred during the government shutdown. If you're a family member or if you're impacted by the federal shutdown, please visit our website, hcpss.org, and right there on the main page is a blue banner where you can click through and immediately access the application to free and reduced price meals or other services. Finally, I want to mention that student services staff at each and every one of our 78 schools are prepared and available to assist students during the school day and provide numerous resources that can be available to help during this time. I know we all hope to see swift resolution to the shutdown so impacted federal employees and the people who depend on federal services are able to return to normalcy. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Barnes. Now we'll hear from another important community leader, President and CEO of Howard County Library System, Tonya Akins.
Thank you, County Executive Ball, and to all of our elected and appointed leaders. Thank you, federal workers. Of course, when the federal government shuts down, communities do not. Families still need food, parents still need childcare, workers still need income, dignity, and hope. And in these uncertain moments, public libraries stand as beacons of stability, compassion, and service. Howard County Library System understands the deep disruptions a federal shutdown causes. Federal employees and contractors, small businesses, veterans, and families feel the impact first and hardest. Public libraries have always been places where people turn in times of strength and in times of need, not only for trusted, reliable information, but for support, connection, and relief. Howard County Library System stands ready. We are uniquely positioned to respond with agility, empathy, and effectiveness. Here are some of the top ways our libraries can and will stand with you. Welcoming third spaces. Our libraries are free and inclusive spaces for people to gather, rest, connect, and regain a sense of normalcy. We invite you to decompress with a hands-on art class, connect with community at a book club or conversation group, and build new skills for your business or creative goals in our libraries, or by accessing a suite of self-paced online learning or creative tools via our website at hclibrary.org. Access to critical information and services. We guide people to accurate, up-to-date information on unemployment benefits, food assistance, emergency aid, and community services. For many, we are the only place to get online or access a printer, and we make these essentials available without barriers. Support for job seekers and federal workers. Whether it's writing resumes, applying for temporary work, navigating relief programs, or learning new skills, libraries are career lifelines. Our team is trained to help with compassion and discretion. Programs for families and children. With uncertainty at home, children and caregivers need safe places to learn, grow, and connect. HCLS offers free classes, free resources, meeting and study and collaborative rooms, and after-school support that uplifts families. In partnership with the school system, we offer BrainFuse, an online learning suite for free after-school tutoring and help. So please access that via our website. Mental health and wellness resources. HCLS provides far more than books. We provide community, mindfulness, social work partnerships, and human connection that can make all the difference. See us to borrow tools, to borrow art, and more. We do all this because it's who we are. Libraries are a public good, and in times of crisis, a public lifeline. To federal workers and community members facing hardships, we see you and we stand with you. There's a long list of learning tools and resources for federal workers that can be accessed via our website at hclibrary.org/community-education. Thank you.
Thank you. And as President Akins just said, even if the federal government is shut down, communities do not. We have a tremendous speaker who works right at the forefront of the community, and that is Director Tracy Broccolino, head of the Community Action Council.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for everybody behind me and just these partnerships to help our friends and neighbors. 60 years ago, the federal government created community action to respond to local needs and mitigate poverty at the community level, and your Community Action Council of Howard County has been doing that ever since. We've been diminishing poverty and enabling self-sufficiency for all Howard County families, individuals, and children in need, and we remain ready to act when our community needs us through our eviction prevention and utility assistance, our early childhood education program, including Head Start and Early Head Start, as well as our statewide home weatherization services, and at our Howard County Food Bank and its pantries. CAC has always been here to offer a hand up to our neighbors, and today is no different. As our Howard County neighbors face uncertainty yet again related to this latest government shutdown, CAC stands ready to support them. We ask that any federal workers living in Howard County visit CAC's Howard County Food Bank on Gerwig Lane. We are there to provide pre-bagged staples to federal employees living in Howard County who need food assistance. Howard County residents with federal identification can visit twice a month during the shutdown. We'll just ask for proof of residency and that federal identification. As we do when operations are normal, we also stand ready to help our neighbors access more than food. Federal workers are encouraged to work with us to access more than just food and CAC's other services. We will also help you navigate through to other resources through our community partners to make sure that you have the support that you need should this shutdown persist. We are deeply grateful to our many community partners that are always keeping the needs of our neighbors front of mind, especially Dr. Calvin Ball and his team. Thank you, Dr. Ball. Thank you to our congressional representatives, local and state, and for making sure that none of our neighbors fall through the cracks as we navigate this challenging time together. CAC of Howard County is here to help you. Just visit our website if you need more information. That's cac-hc.org. And know that you're not alone. We've already seen some of our federal workers visiting. And so we are, again, just here to help you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tracy. We're very grateful to have another partner as residents may be navigating energy assistance. Please join me in welcoming Valencia McClure, who is the Senior Vice President of Governmental, Regulatory, and External Affairs from BG&E.
Hello, good morning, everyone. So at BGE, obviously, we know that this is a very challenging time for thousands of our customers, and we want to ensure that we are here to help in any way that we possibly can. I want to thank County Executive Ball for bringing us all together to be able to really communicate the various resources and support that we have for our customers. So at BGE, we are standing ready to be able to support in several ways. And I do want to reference not only for the impacted federal workers, but also for federal contractors as well, because we know that it does extend out to contractors. So a couple of ways in how we're able to support if customers are having a challenging time in paying their bill. One, we're offering flexible payment options, so whether that is extended payment plans or through our budget billing program that we offer. We also are waiving late payment fees, so we will do that in a 30-day increment, and so as we hopefully do not see this continue for a long period of time, but in the event that it does, we will be able to continue to support our customers in those 30-day increments. And we also are excluding federal workers and federal contractors from any collection notices and disconnect as well to be able to support during this time. And I want to stress that we have a lot of proactive assistance resources on our website. So we invite our customers to visit our website, bge.com. We have a financial finders tool where customers are able to input their information, and then they will receive personalized recommendations on how they can receive various financial assistance or just assistance overall that we're able to support from a utility perspective. The one part that is very, very critical as we talk about the benefits that we're providing is customers, the federal impacted workers and contractors must call so that way we know that they are impacted, and that will stop any disconnection notices. So we're asking customers to call the 1-800-685-0123 so that way they can be excluded from the disconnection process. So again, thank you to County Executive Ball for having us here. We look forward to standing alongside all of the partners that are here this afternoon. Thank you.
We appreciate you, Vice President McClure. Now we'll hear from members of our cabinet to kick us off. First, we'll hear from CEO of Howard County Economic Development Authority, Jennifer Jones.
Good morning. With the federal government shutdown, many of the programs led by the Small Business Administration, from counseling to access to capital, are on hold. We know how challenging that can be for small business owners who are working hard to grow and keep moving forward. That's why the Howard County Economic Development Authority and our partners are stepping up to help. On Thursday, October 23rd, we will host our Business Resource Expo, a one-stop opportunity for small business owners to connect with lenders, technical assistance providers, and local experts. The event will feature a panel on our loan programs, including the Catalyst Loan Fund and other flexible financing tools, available through Howard County Economic Development and our partners. Even as federal services are limited, Howard County continues to provide resources that help businesses start, grow, and thrive. We encourage our small business community to join us at the Maryland Innovation Center for our expo on October 23rd and take advantage of our local programs. You can get more information at howardcountyeda.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Now we'll hear from Administrator of the Office of Workforce Development, Stephanie Adibe.
Good morning, and thank you, Dr. Ball, for this convening. To everyone watching, the uncertainty that comes with a federal shutdown can weigh heavily on families, and we understand that it's not just about jobs, it's about security, stability, and peace of mind. At the Howard County Office of Workforce Development, we are here to help you navigate this moment. Whether you need assistance finding temporary or full-time work, building new skills through training, updating your resume and LinkedIn profile, or in-depth career coaching, our team is ready to support you. We can also connect you directly with employers who are hiring right now and make sure you have access to technology and any other resources you might need. Most importantly, our services are free and open to everyone affected. We want you to know that you have a network of people ready to stand beside you and help you get through this. To reach our office, you can call 410-313-1060. Thank you.
Thank you. And now to discuss and talk about local family and community resources, we have Director Jackie Scott from the Department of Community Resources and Services.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Ball, and thank you to our federal delegation who we know is fighting hard for us every single day. I want to recognize all of our community members who are currently affected and impacted by the shutdown, and we want you to know at the Department of Community Resources and Services that we are here for you, with you, and we are doing absolutely everything that we can to make sure that you will have access to what you need to get through this challenging time. We stand ready and committed to serving each of our families, our older adults, our caregivers, and our overall community during this shutdown and every single day as we manage each of our lives in this county. We are working daily to ensure continuity of essential services across all 8 of our offices through our no wrong door philosophy. If you are able to get out, and you can reach one of our buildings in your community, we invite you in. There are opportunities for you to stay connected with your community, with your neighbors, and to provide the opportunity for you to have health and wellness activities to just keep you going. These include our 650-plus centers, our North Laurel Multi-Service Center, the Loan Closet, Family Support Center, and our main offices in Patuxent Woods on the Human Services campus. We know that there are important resources that you're trying to get to, and you need trusted people to provide them for you. We are here to serve as that hub for you for both information and connection during this time of uncertainty. And if you can't get to us physically, it's okay, because we are just a phone call away and an email away. You can always reach us at communityresources@howardcountymd.gov. We are prepared, please be assured, to support all of our Howard County residents currently impacted by the federal shutdown with items such as access to food assistance, including congregate meals for our shut-in, our home-delivered meals, in addition to benefit counseling, information and referral services, and case management, just to help you manage through some of the challenging systems that you are facing. We are also working closely with our valued community partners and our faith-based partners to ensure that there is a comprehensive community response for you, our residents, so that you have access to the quality supports that you deserve. For more information on specific programs, you can feel free to contact any of the following: our Maryland Access Point, as our county executive pointed out, also known as MAP, 410-313-1234. Our Care Line, to provide support for our Howard County families with young children. That number is 410-313-CARE, C-A-R-E, or 2273. Or you may reach our main number at DCRS, which is 410-313-6400. In addition, we are also continuing to provide social, emotional, and mental health supports for our young people who are within your families that need support during this time, and for you as parents navigating this challenge. And finally, you can always check our county website and follow us on all things social media at HoCo Community. We are with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Scott. And now we'll hear from Director of the Department of Housing and Community Development, Kelly Semino.
Good afternoon. In 2024, County Executive Ball announced $1 million for a foreclosure prevention program to help residents pay past due mortgage payments and avoid foreclosure. Applications for the foreclosure prevention are processed by the Department of Housing and Community Development, and funding is still available. Over the last 18 months, the department has provided $311,000 to bring mortgage accounts current for 30 households so they could avoid foreclosure and remain in their homes. In February, the county revised the program parameters to allow residents to apply after just 2 missed mortgage payments instead of 3. For federal employees and contractors experiencing job loss or furlough now, you may be eligible for foreclosure prevention assistance. Household income limits apply. However, the department will now accept a self-attestation statement to verify income if pay stubs or other pay information is not available. The Department of Housing and Community Development is available to assist residents with the application or answer any other questions. Our contact information is 410-313-6318. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Semino. And our final cabinet member speaking today is from the Department of Recreation and Parks, Director Nick Mooneyhan.
On behalf of the Howard County Department of Recreation and Parks, I want to share some information for federal workers and contractors who may be impacted by the government shutdown. We understand this time can bring unexpected financial challenges, and we want you to know support is available if you need it. If you're experiencing difficulty with fees for childcare, recreational classes, or access to our facilities, our department can work with you to set up an alternative payment schedule. To make these arrangements, please call 410-313-7275. And if the shutdown continues for an extended period, I'd also like to remind our community about the Recreation and Parks Financial Assistance Program. This provides help for Howard County residents who qualify. For more information about that program, please call 410-313-4659. The Department of Recreation and Park is here to support our community, and we want to ensure that everyone can continue enjoying the programs and services that bring us together. Thank you.
I want to thank those who you heard from today who provided a comprehensive overview of both community and local government resources. While this concludes the community resource portion, we'll open up to any media who may have questions.